Okay, we just got done running through a bunch of SQL commands. We've seen how to create a database, create a table. We've seen how to select data. We've seen how to insert data, delete data, update data. We've seen how to alter the table after we've created it. What we need to do is the next lecture we're going to connect to this database using PHP, which then will help us later with our user login. We can select the username and password from a database. But from the PHP code, you don't want to grant it the root access. In my PHP code, if I have root access, well then I can update and delete everything. I have full access to the data, and that's not very secure. So what we want to do is we want to create a specific user that the PHP code is going to use. Okay, so we can do that in MySQL Workbench. We're going to create a new user, not just our root user. We're going to create one, and let's say we call it the same as our SSH user. So let's call it EC2-user to make it easy. And this MySQL database we're going to be using is on the local host. So remember, localhost is the current server. And we're going to use this keyword called identified by, which is going to be my password. So let's say my password is my name. To make it easy, you could set your password to your name. But make sure you remember this password. If you forget this password, we won't be able to log in as this user. So I'm going to create this user, run the command. You should see it works. But now I have this user created with the password Nick, and I need to be able to access the database. But I don't want to access every database. Okay, I only want to access specific databases. So what I can do is I can grant access. So I'm creating the user and setting the password. And let's say I only want to grant access. So I can do what's called grant. And what I could do is I can say grant all access, which is select, insert, update, delete. But maybe I don't want to open it up. Maybe I only want the EC2 user to be able to do a select, insert, and update. Maybe I don't want them to be able to delete data. And I don't want it to do it on every database. Maybe I only want this to happen on the CS2830 database. And I could also specify tables. So I can say only on the food stock table. Or I could say on all tables. If I wanted it on all databases, I could do something like this. All databases and all tables. Or only on the CS2830 database and only on the food stock table. Or on all tables. And then I have to specify. So I'm granting select, insert, update on the CS2830 database on all tables to our EC2, okay, single, double quotes, it doesn't matter, EC2 user at localhost, okay, because I could specify access on another server, not only localhost, I could put another server here. So I'm going to grant not everything, but select, insert, and update on the CS2830 database, so they can only access this database, but they can access every table to our EC2 user at localhost. So I'm going to run this command, and now we have what we need in order to access this database from the PHP code. Now the PHP code could access it using the root, the administrative, so the root user, but this is not a good programming practice. So in the next video, we'll connect to this database using PHP, and we'll use our new user called EC2 user. So make sure you run these commands, and then we can continue to the next video.